From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network at Troy, Alabama's International University, this is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for April 17th, 2017. I'm Justin Walker.
And I'm Sarah Singletary. Thank you for joining us this evening. Saturday evening, the Trojan Sports Hall of Fame expanded its ranks from current record holders, coaches, and band directors to a Super Bowl champion. Jalen Bivens has the details.
If you've been to Trojan Arena, then I'm sure you've walked past the Trojan Sports Hall of Fame wall. On Saturday evening, the wall had a few more names added to it.
It's a great award for, past accomplishments and the people that helped me, to achieve these accomplishments, to be awarded at the end of your career. I'm just happy, that the university recognizes me as one of the elite players.
One of the newest inductees added to the Hall of Fame is former Giants wide receiver and Super Bowl champion, Jarrell Jernigan.
It means a lot. It means a lot. Like I say all the time, Troy is my second home. And when I'm not in Fall, I'm down here in Troy. But this honor means a lot. It came unexpected, and I didn't think I was going to get in, especially this early. And then when I got the phone call, it was just a surprise. So it's a great honor.
Another person inducted into the Hall of Fame is former Sound of the South band director, Dr. John Long.
Well, it's certainly a great night for me, and it's a wonderful honor. I'm very honored to be in this Hall of Fame. It's a real great privilege and honor, and it makes me feel so good to be in these wonderful people.
And when asked what DeWitt Betterson's most memorable moment was of being at Troy, his answer was?
It was the bus rides, on the away games, like we had the opportunity to drive to Middle Tennessee, which is a long ride to us, but, we had so much fun on the bus just riding with each other, getting to know each other, joking and laughing, and even a couple of times we had bus drives we lost, and to see other people, how they react to losing versus some were upset and wanting to fight and others was laughing and joking,
Jalen Bivens, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Other inductees included Benny Beard, Melanie Davis, Dr. Doug Hawkins, Bubba Marriott, and Frank Sadler.
Troy University is home to over 200 Terracotta Warriors in Janice Hawkins Park. But now Troy is not the only city in Alabama to have possession of some of the Warriors after a recent donation. Samantha Charles has the details.
The Montgomery Public Library is now home to a pair of Terracotta Warriors. The Warrior statues were presented to the city of Montgomery by Troy University Chancellor Jack Hawkins. The statues are part of the gift initially given to Troy by Chinese artist Hu Baozhu last year.
For us to have 200 Terracotta Warriors standing on campus in Troy, I think is a major achievement. We're very proud of that, but we wanted to share those warriors with the river region, and because of our admiration and friendship with Mayor Strange, we have given 2 warriors to ultimately be located at the Montgomery Museum of Art. And today, though, they will stand tall in the Montgomery Library, and it's our honor to make them available.
Mayor Strange says that after seeing the Warrior display on Troy University's campus, he went to longtime friend Chancellor Jack Hawkins to see if some of the statues might make their way to the capital city.
They will be the guardians of the literacy that we have here. This is part of a whole story that Troy has been working on for a couple of years with the artists, giving them 200. And when we saw it, I had been to Zion before, I had seen the Terracotta Warriors. I was really envious and jealous, and so I asked my friend Dr. Hawkins, who I've known since junior high school, if he wouldn't mind giving us a couple of those, and he has done that.
Strange says that for the time being, these statues will stand guard over the library, but he hopes that he might be able to get another gift so they can be a permanent display.
Now I have to make the decision whether it's going to be in the library or whether it's going to be in our sculpture garden. So I'm trying to get 2 more to go in our sculpture garden at the museum. But we're grateful and very honored to be the recipient of this marvelous gift.
In Montgomery, Samantha Charles, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The Montgomery Warriors are in the main branch of the Montgomery Public Library downtown. The Troy Warriors are on permanent display in Janice Hawkins Park. Troy University's Relay for Life allows students to show their support for the fight against cancer in many ways.
That's right, Justin. One of Troy University's students used her musical talent to contribute to the night's events. Savannah Weed has the story.
Jessalyn Dudinsky, a freshman at Troy University, began writing songs 4 years ago during her freshman year of high school. She discovered this passion by chance one day when she decided to try to write a song.
I guess I just started because I thought it was really cool listening to the radio and wondering how people came up with songs. And once I tried it, the words just kind of flew out of my mouth. And so after that, I just fell in love with it, and I knew it's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
When Dudinsky's father was diagnosed with cancer a year and a half later, she said her way to cope was through music. After he was asked to be the survivor speaker at a Relay for Life event at Troy, she decided it was the right time to perform a song she had written for him.
I thought that it would be the best time to perform this song that I'd written for him. And once I did that every year, I just ended up coming back to write new songs and sing.
This year, her song is about Rhonda Adair, a local woman from Millbrook, Alabama, who was pregnant with her second daughter when she was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive cancer. Dudinsky performed the song, Gracie's Lullaby, at Troy's Relay for Life event this past week.
Mama, sing me a lullaby.
This year's theme is Dreaming of a World Without Cancer. Dudinsky said a lullaby was the perfect way to honor Adair and her family.
I was very inspired by her story and how many people and how many lives she's touched with her story and her courage and her faith throughout her fight.
Dudinsky was asked to perform Gracie's Lullaby at another event in Laverne, Alabama later this month. Savannah Weed, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Troy University's Relay for Life event was Friday, April 7th. The Pike County Relay for Life will be Friday, May 5th at the Troy Sportsplex.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
Welcome back. It was a perfect day over at the vet on Saturday. Beautiful. I mean, the sun was out and the clouds were rolling in as the Trojans took the field for the third T-Day under head coach Neil Brown. The gray team versus the white team, with one team coming out on top. Winner gets steaks, losers gets hot dogs. Jalen Bivens has the scoop.
It's that time of the year again, and no, I don't mean allergy season. I'm talking about Trojan football. There were a few players missing Saturday due to either injury or from playing so much that head coach Neil Brown didn't need to see them on the field.
Well, you know, we had a little bit of bad luck during the spring. We had a few guys, knock on wood, nothing really that's going to keep anybody out from the fall camp or fall practice. Most of the guys that missed today will be back, and they'll be full go when we start our summer program the day after Memorial Day. But some of them were held out just due to numbers, you know.
With seniors now leaving, this opens up spots on the roster for potential new starters.
We've got competition at certain spots, and some spots we got to continue to look and find. Hopefully we can add 2 or 3 to our roster, guys that can come in and hopefully contribute right away between now and we suit up on the blue turf.
Coach Brown went on to talk about how much he likes the offense that he has right now, but he still believes there's a few things that can be fixed.
I like what we have. I think this is by far going to be our most talented offensive team, especially at the skill positions. We need to get a little better on the offensive line. We don't have an Antonio Garcia up there, a guy that's going to be a 2nd or 3rd round pick like we had last year, but I think we're going to be better across the board.
But when it comes to the defense, he says they need a new pass rusher.
Defensively, we've really got to develop a pass rusher. That's probably going to be the key. You know, Mike linebacker and pass rusher. Everywhere else, I like where we're at, but we've got to we've got to improve and be able to rush the passer better than we are right now.
Jalen Bivens, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
Now the gray team won, so the gray team got steaks. I don't know when Coach Brown will have those ready, but hold steady, Trojan fans. Kickoff is still 20 Saturdays away. The Trojans open with Boise State on September 2nd. The first home game will be against Alabama State 7 days later on September 9th. And across campus, the Trojan softball team looked to wrap up a weekend series against Sunbelt rival Louisiana Monroe, and the Trojans came out on top 12-2 in grand style. There was a 0% chance of rain on Saturday in Troy, but for some reason, at the Troy softball complex, it was raining dingers, and the Trojans hit 2 of them in grand style on their way to mercy ruling Louisiana Monroe in 5 innings.
We're really happy that we got a W. That's what we've been looking for a while.
Yeah, I was really proud of just overall the offense. I thought our quality at bats were off the charts, and I give my two assistants, Taylor Smart and Alex Hupp, a lot of credit. I think they, this morning, came up with a great game plan and really sold it to the hitters, and I think the hitters give them credit for buying in. But was really proud of Becca Hartley and Jordan Gray, both seniors, of, taking the most of their opportunities. And again, we've had some really tight games, and, I think the girls just finally unleashed it today.
It's not all about offense, though. In order to be able to beat a team by 10, you have to have good pitching to go along with it, and the Trojans had good pitching throughout the entire weekend series.
Couldn't be more proud of our pitching staff. I mean, again, I think, we had a tough weekend against ULL and we got beat up a little bit, but for them to keep their confidence, and again, Claire to go 9 innings and then Rigney to go 7, and when your pitchers can go the full game, that always helps. And then, we didn't use Meg yesterday, so we were able to start her today, and that was key, and she did a great job and gave us some innings, and then Claire closed the door. So, I mean, we were complete. We had pitching, defense, and offense today, so I was proud of them.
To go along with her Grand Slam, senior Becca Hartley also had 2 other hits that rifled past ULM defense and talked about the mentality that she's taken on this season that's allowed her to be so successful.
Yeah, I think just not being afraid to fail is key in this sport, especially because you do fail so much. But just looking for a good pitch, a pitch that I can hit a long way, and that's what I've been getting. So,
to get further explanation on Saturday's win for the Trojans, check out this play by Katie Webb, recording the last out of the game. Jamal Kennedy, Troy, TrojanVision Sports. The team lost the series 2-1. Saturday's victory propels them into Tuesday night's matchup against the #1 ranked Florida State Seminoles in a doubleheader at the softball complex here in Troy. The first game starts at 4 p.m. Once again, that's Tuesday evening. And the Trojan baseball team took a trip over to Atlanta, Georgia this past weekend to take on the Georgia State Panthers. Troy scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th to defeat Georgia State 5-3. The Trojans struck for 1 in the first inning on 2 hits and were not able to hit safely again until Stephen Whitaker led off the 9th with a single. 2 batters later, Brandon Lockridge hit a double down the left field line to bring home Whitaker. And then John Tatum made his first career start as well and tied the game up with a 1-out bases loaded single. The Trojans also improved to 4-1 this season following consecutive losses. The Trojan baseball team would also lose the series 2-1, but that also Saturday win, that win will put them in position to take on UAB here Tuesday night here in Troy. First pitch is set for 6 p.m.